I'm Captain Numpty, or David Steele, and in today's mission, we're driving USS Hammerhead. That's a pretty cool name
Con,
boat.
helm, steady course.
Which is SSN-663, I believe. It's a Sturgeon-class boat. And we're doing something of an anti-shipping strike. Let's jump into the map and have a quick look at what's going on. Right. Well, I've started to identify some of these targets and then thought, oh, this is actually a little more interesting than I thought it would be. So, our mission is to, and we may have managed this already, but is to capture, rather, not capture. What am I saying? What am I saying? Our mission is to intercept a Russian resupply convoy, ideally, essentially with their pants down. What I mean by that is, in the middle of resupplying some submarines, some diesel electric boats in the Norwegian Sea that have been causing a bit of calamity in the current conflict. I'm wondering if we've actually caught these. I think I'm going to head to periscope depth.
Make depth 4, 8, dive by.
Now, there's a risk with reducing my depth, and that is that whatever's out there could detect me. And we think that some of these could be submarines. I guess that one's not. We're loaded up today with harpoons. But we also have another weapon that we're testing for the US Navy. And this is something of a what-if weapon. And that is, what if...
Con sonar, Sierra 9 is classified as merchant.
What if the Sea Lance had never been cancelled
Con
in
sonar,
1990?
Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
So, Sea Lance. Sea Lance is a standoff weapon. Kind of similar in concept to a lot of the Russian weapons, such as SSN-663, I think, possibly 15. It's a rocket-powered torpedo that is blasted off from your boat, heads towards the enemy, and drops on their head. A very nasty weapon.
Con
It's difficult
sonar,
to deal with.
Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
We have some. In fact, we've got 3. UUM-125As. Now, technically, the 125A was the nuclear tip version. We're not going to be testing those today. Apparently, that was not considered sensible
Con, dive at 4, 8, dive by.
by the President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. He thought that giving Numpty the keys to some nukes would be a bad idea. We certainly don't want a madman with nuclear weapons, right? Okay, we're at periscope depth. I'm going to chance it. I'm going to pop my surface sensors up.
Upscope.
What have we got? Oh, wow. Look at that.
Con sonar, master 4 is classified as merchant.
Well, we've got some pretty right targets there. Let's take a look at them. Looks like a resupply boat, and it's moving real slow at just 3 knots as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we really have caught these guys on the hop. Let's go ahead and launch at these. Oh, some of them are too close. Okay.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
One of them's
Shoot
too close.
2-2. Aye, sir.
That's fine. Everything else is
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
perfect range. Right, I likely won't need all 4 of those. In fact, we'll actually go ahead and load a Mark 48 into this tube, I think. Needing one of those. And Sierra 10 looks like a submerged contact. Anyway, let's go ahead and watch the missiles on the way. Now look at identifying what this thing is. One down. Oh, at least one hit.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 2, last bearing 2, 7,
UT.
4, contact breaking up. Con sonar lost contact. Master 3, last bearing 2, 6, 8, contact breaking up.
So far, so good. Sierra 10 might be a Romeo.
Con sonar Sierra 1, 0 is classified as submerged submarine.
Right, well, stage 1, pretty comprehensively complete. We've taken out 3. And that possibly leaves 2 submarines. Wow, a Whiskey and a Romeo.
Con sonar, Sierra 1-1 is classified as submerged submarine.
I think I expected a bit more than that, a bit more resistance.
Come left to 180, helm aye.
Is this? Oh, that's Norwegian. That's friendly. A trawler, which is probably, well, I'll say probably. Suspicious cargo on the deck there, Ivan. What are you doing to it? Okay. Let's look at 8. You've got the same suspicious cargo and you're friendly, so... Okay,
Con, helm, steady course.
I think what I want to do is fire upon these submarines. They're not my primary target, so I don't have to necessarily sink them. But I think it would be remiss if we didn't at least have a go at this. But then I'm thinking, well, I've got this standoff weapon that I'd like to be able to play around with. So yeah, let's go ahead and get one of those loaded. Like so. Let's take a little bit of time. So I'm going to go ahead and accelerate time here. In fact, no. What I'm gonna do,
torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
I'm going to go one more. I'm going to pause the recording, and then we'll launch a new spate of weapons. Although, now look at this guy. So there we go. He's diving. But he's only doing 2 knots, which tells me he's either waiting his turn or he's waiting for his buddies. And neither of those is. One of those is much better than the other one. I don't know what this Whiskey's doing. 5 knots. I can't help but feel a little underwhelmed. Is that it? I mean, is that what they're bringing to the party today?
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
And maybe I'm foreshadowing. I know I was going to pause it, but we're just going to go ahead and fire another harpoon at this fleeing resupply ship. I could get a Mark 48 out, but I'm going to save those. These harpoons are sometimes difficult to use. And we'll use the
torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
I'm going to drop one of these on his head because
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
they're just not fun for me, really. Right, to deal with. So it's nice to blast one back. Let's go ahead and watch that. That was the wrong one, but okay. There we go. Oh, well, it doesn't look like much. But,
Con sonar lost contact. Master 6, last bearing 291. Contact breaking up.
here's the target still diving. And somewhere up there is my torpedo. This is exciting, folks. There it is. It drops. Okay. How about this, Ivan? I bet you haven't had to deal with one of those for a while. Let's see how well this Mark 50 torpedo does. It's coming around.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
This thing's doing 2 knots. He's very quiet. I'm pinging actively. There we go. Yep, it's detected him. And this Romeo is seemingly not doing anything. I don't suppose he has to right now. Look at that. It's got right over the top. Okay. The Romeo just going to try and descend and get out of the way? I don't know. Mark 50's coming around. They have a fairly small warhead. They are considered a light torpedo as opposed to a heavy torpedo. And they need to be lighter because the heavy torpedoes, they're big. A couple of tons, I believe. Right. Let's see, second pass. You're going to get him.
Con sonar lost contact.
There you
Sierra
go.
1-0. Last bearing 222. Contact breaking up.
I'm never going to say it's pleasant to score a kill like
Con,
kill.
torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
But it's nice that we we took care of something, right? Now we have another couple of ships to deal with, so...
Shoot 2-2.
One.
Aye, sir.
And number 2, like so.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra
Ooh.
1-1.
Right, well,
Con
1-1
sonar,
fired.
launch transient
So,
from Sierra 1-1.
I know we could use
Come right to 268. Helm I.
a conventional weapon,
Meet
but
depth 150 feet, dive I.
where's the fun in that? So we're going to go ahead and use a new UUM-125 on this guy. I have a pretty good idea where he is. So let's go ahead and pause the recording, and I'll be right back.
0 knots. Maneuvering I.
Okay.
Con helm. Steady course.
Tube 2 is loaded.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
I can launch this thing at up to 10 knots. Let's go ahead and launch it now.
Shoot tube 2. Aye,
There
sir.
it goes, on the way. Oh,
Downscope.
probably pop those down. And I'm going to go ahead and load a conventional torpedo back here. Let's see if we can take care of that. And I think, yeah, one of these, at least one of them survived. Well, it's on fire. I mean, survived might be in quotes. I've given the crew time to disembark. So, have another one of these. Oh, the danger here is if I miss, if it sinks, I'm going to hit one of these trawlers. And one of them's definitely friendly. I don't think I really want to risk that right now. It should be okay, and he's... Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead.
Torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
We're gonna crack on. We're gonna get down to maybe 400 to 500
Come
feet.
left to 26. Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering I.
Get a bit of speed on, just a little bit, and we're gonna catch up, and then we're gonna sink it with a torpedo. I think.
Con maneuvering. Make
Passing 300 feet.
And it may sink by itself. And let's see where my Sea Lance is. That's the incoming
Passing
torpedoes to me.
400 feet.
Not right about those. Here's the Sea Lance. That's, I don't detect the enemy submarine right now. Okay. It's really moving rather slowly, doesn't it? But I don't think it is. It's just the perspective of it. There we go. Pretty nifty to watch this. Right, this might get that whiskey to be somewhat, let's just say, concerned. Let's see, are you still in the area? Or did
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
you? Yes, I think you did. And you're running close to the surface, so have one of these.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering I.
What? What happened?
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 20 knots.
I can only suppose that the whiskey dropped a noisemaker that we can't hear, maybe. Maybe. Okay, circling round. Looks like it's acquired something. Might have been a rapid depth change, maybe.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1-1. Last bearing 3-3-1. Contact breaking up.
Right in the flank. That's gonna sting in the morning, lad. Right. Well, I think we are... I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, but there's not that much else, I don't think, to go on here. It's possible that there's another submarine lurking out
Con
here.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 1-1. Bearing 3-3-4.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
What just pinged me? Okay, there is something else out here. That's interesting.
Come left.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay, I'm going to notch the incoming torpedoes, but I'm also... Oh, well, that answers that then. Look at that. That's a freshly launched torpedo. I don't know
Con
what that is.
sonar regained contact on Master 8. Bearing 2-7-2.
Come left to 200. Helm I.
So I'm going to...
Meet depth 150 feet, dive I.
I'm going to put my flank to that that spot on the map, and then we'll give him another. We'll give it. I think we'll use our third standoff weapon. Yep, there's got one left. That's what I had a suspicion would happen, as I knew how many enemies I'd told the game to give me, but I also gave it a random. Hey, somewhere between this and this. Usually, they get spooked when you launch stuff, but in this case. Pretty much know where he is. Alright, let's accelerate time for a little bit.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Okay, we're not quite at 150 feet.
Con, helm, steady course.
Let's get my speed. I'll keep it at 5 knots just for the sake of it, and let's just launch one.
Shoot tube 3.
And now we'll go to 20 knots again, and I'll
Make
reload.
turns for.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Actually, that said.
Make turns for.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
It's possible that I can launch a harpoon and maybe miss these trawlers, and that's a why I got a torpedo. So that's probably a tango or a kilo, which means it's a USET 80 or test
Con
71.
sonar, we are cavitating.
And neither of those are really good, so I'm going to keep my speed up to 10 knots. I can use my periscope and my radar at 10 knots. I'm making a ton of noise. He knows where I am. It's not really helpful to try and be stealthy right now. And then, once we've got a shot off at this
Let's go.
last cargo ship. Yeah, looks like I can
Con, dive at 4, 5 feet, dive
give it a
by.
narrow sensor range. So you push 2. See if you look at the bottom right, we've got wide sensor, narrow sensor, and I'll do it stay low option, I guess, or pop. It might be pop up, pop down. Either way,
Torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
I got to get this thing on the way,
Shoot tube
like
4.
so.
Aye,
And
sir.
now I'm gonna make like a tree and get out of here.
Make turns for. 26 knots.
So,
Maneuvering eye.
I told us to get down to depth as quickly as we can, so we're now running at flank. I believe we
Passing
have
100 feet.
plenty of depth here. Yes, we do.
Con sonar, lost contact. Master,
Passing 200 feet.
So what my plan right now is, I'm going to get down to depth, and then
Passing 300 feet.
he's just had a torpedo arrived in his vicinity. The hope
Passing
here
400 feet.
is that one, he'll not be expecting
con
that,
sonar, no longer cavitating.
and two, once he's taking evasive action, he's going to lose the wire on that torpedo. So I'm going to go ahead and swing my course to the north-northeast.
Come right to. 0, 1, 1. Helm eye.
I can't get too close because there is a torpedo circling up there, but the plan is that he'll lose the wire on that torpedo and he'll not be able to guide it to me, or he'll not be able to detect me because he's cranking on, trying to avoid the torpedo I've just launched at him. So there's a lot going on right now that
torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
could go very wrong. And this is Captain Numpty, so I mean, you just never know. Let's see if I can see my harpoon. Oh, it may have. Did it impact him? I don't know where my harpoon went.
Con, helm, steady course.
In fact, that's a little interesting. What happened to my harpoon? Did it just hit something else?
Con, maneuvering.
Aye.
Making turns for. 2.
Pointing my
6
course north.
knots.
Running at flank speed. Let's see if I can see my my torpedo. So that is one of his, and it's circling. That's search mode. Oh, that looks like it knows where I'm going. Looks like it's still okay. Still wire guided. I'm going to turn towards it and see if that really is me. I think it is, because look, it's adjusting its course already. Well, I would say, what do you know? But we already know what's going on here. I got something there. I think. Yeah, it's still guided. Ooh, this isn't good. So what we're doing now is I'm just seeing if this torpedo is... Well, unless that was a fresh fire torpedo. which I don't think it was. I think it was anticipating where I was going to be. Alright, let's turn back. See if it follows me. But this is not a great place to be. I think my torpedo, either it shook it off, or it still kept the wire. Yeah, it's still anticipating me turning again, I think. Yep. Oh, this isn't very good, is it? I'm not saying I'm out of ideas, because I'm not. I've got loads of ideas, just none of them make any sense right now.
Con, knuckle formed.
I'm going to knuckle it. I'm going to point towards...
Come left 2. Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering
point towards my target. I'm going to get a cracker torpedo off.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 20 knots.
Hopefully take care of the ship. So let's do that.
4.
And get back on the
Make
speed.
turns for 26 knots.
And head
Maneuvering
south. Now, looks like he hasn't anticipated my my changing course, so maybe he's lost the wire finally. And if he has,
Fire control, we've lost the wire.
that's a great result for me, because his torpedo is heading off into the unknown, and I am not in that vicinity. So that's good. Or it's a different contact, and he's gotten spooked by my launch. Okay, let's do
Con,
something
helm,
risky.
Steady course.
I'm going to accelerate time. See what happens, because that other torpedo
Con,
might...
maneuvering. Making turns for 26 knots.
Well, that tells me that torpedo has gone live. I'm going to turn west,
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
drop my speed, my noise, do that.
Come right to 270. Helm I.
Con, sonar, new contact bearing 295. Designated Sierra 1.
Con, helm, steady course.
Yeah, where's Sierra 12? Sierra 12? What? I don't see Sierra 12. I don't know where it was. So designated 295. Okay, so it's the vicinity of more or less where we fired that torpedo at. Okay, let's accelerate time again. I lost the wire, so I can't guide this torpedo towards the new contact, but that's okay.
Come left to 222. Helm I.
I'm going to more or less notch the vicinity of the new detected
Con, helm, steady course.
target, and the reason being is we're giving our towed array the widest possible chance of detecting it. In fact, it's possible he's actually above the duct, which is pretty strong. So we'll go ahead and hit the periscope depth.
5 feet, dive high.
I'm going to accelerate time again. There are occasions when I'll play Cold Waters in essentially real time, or at least I won't use time compression. But today isn't one of them. Right, we have a torpedo tracking after this.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Master 4. Last bearing 285. Contact breaking up.
That's destroyed the resupply convoy. So I've made a mess of the Russians' plans, at least to resupply those submarines. But what else is out there? Accelerate time again. Can't detect it though. Okay, so it's going to periscope depth. It's possible he's been forced to the surface because he's taken a knock and a damage. So I'll go ahead and just put my
Upscope,
sensors.
raise the radar mast.
No, nothing.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive high.
I really want to investigate this, just in case he sneaks up on me and clobbers me again.
Downscope.
But it's not part of my mission. So, I think what I'm going to do
Come left to 169. Helm I.
is we're going to decide to make like a tree and leave.
Make depth 500 feet, dive high.
And I think that just about draws today's video to a close. So I hope that you enjoyed that. A little interesting mission in the sense that we did get surprised by something, but okay, they didn't get the drop on us completely. So hopefully you like that, and if you have, you know what to do. If you thought it was despicably terrible, also let me know. And most of all, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you the next time. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.